I would say there's many more small shops closing, but it's as much change as well, because I think they maybe they overpopulate the high street in the first place. Not many independents.
I definitely shop on the high street less than I used to, with more online stuff available.
I think the big problem with retail at the moment is that the high street shops are a lot more expensive than we can get online. So really the only way forward is that shops might have to lower prices, but then that causes more problems.
I've seen so many good brands or just popular brands closing down, like Jones, the bootmakers, that was all gone. I don't know, so many others.
I do a lot of online stuff now, just from time. I think probably part of it is having young kids, having a job. I don't get time, and when you do come in at weekends, it's really busy. So I don't bother, I do a lot of online.
I don't think it's like 30 years ago when you went in and you knew the lady behind the counter and you bought that kind of stuff. I think people are more loyal to brands and products and a certain amount of quality. I mean, some places you go for the customer service, but it's very much less so than it used to be. People want a good deal and they want to know what they're buying, and also, I mean, I think particularly with Amazon or online retailers, I think you know about the returns policy and how you'll be treated, and it's as much about the ease of the process of buying something and returning it potentially.
When I have to get a dressing up costume the next day for a child, I have to do Amazon Prime. I can't come in and find something like that, so it's not what I want to do. So if I could go in and get the same quick service, get what I need, go home, I probably would, because I prefer people than online.
I definitely think people are still loyal to high street shops, because again, like with online, you don't necessarily get what you ordered. There's no guarantee, whereas you see it there and then. I
don't find GPs very good at advice. They all kind of, in my experience recently, I find they say different things. So I'll do something really bad, I'll probably Google it and see what Google says, and then I'd read the packet and see what that says, and then I mean, if I had to, I'd go and see the doctor, but I'd rather not. I can only see him on my day off, and I'd rather not spend my day off in the doctor's surgery with people coughing on me. So I would normally not ask at all and just crack on and see what happens rather than anything else, if that makes sense.
I go to a pharmacy in my local high street because I can get my prescriptions delivered straight there, and they also have good other cosmetic products that I get.
If I want medical advice, I'd rather go to my GP, but I wouldn't be against going to see my pharmacist at all.
I think coming with an aggressive marketing is not a great deal. I don't think it's a good solution. I think it's probably gentle but clever marketing. If you just offer some bargains to start with, some vouchers, probably like incentives to come and just test your products and see how people react to them.
I think they should make shops look nicer. The ones that close down, I can predict which ones they're going to be. So for example, I thought WH Smith's was next because they had piles of wobbly books, massive piles of wobbly books that somebody's taken time to write, and children and people don't value them. So you walk in and it's like a jumble sale. So you don't feel like you're actually getting anything for your money. And if you're money conscious like most of us are, you want to know you're getting something that's worth it.
Get more in touch with the customers, prepare, understand what they want, what they need, make the shopping experience a good experience, not in terms of pleasant. It's not just about have a glass of, Prosecco when you get into your hairdresser, but it's about have the opportunity to find what you want, get in a clothing store and have things laid down in a way that is helpful for you. And sometimes I have the impression you go to big brands and they just like piled up, so you can't find what you really want.
I think there probably will eventually be a resurgence. It will come round full circle again, because I think people are getting more fed up with what they hear about online companies. I've just read a book called Hired, which talks about the Amazon warehouse and pickers, people not having time to go to the toilet, which is why I don't want to use Amazon. So I'd like to use a high street, and I think the more that kind of information gets out there, people have a bit of social conscience, it hopefully will come back to the high street.